Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lena. How you guys doing? And welcome to yet another how-to video. It's been a while since I made one, so I thought let's get straight into a new one. So today we are discussing how to use horse archers to their most effective state. So let us get into the game, and I'll start to explain a few things about horse archers. For one thing, horse archers are a very Eastern faction thing. So if you look at like the Eastern factions, Bactria, Parthia, Armenia, those kind of factions, and of course the Scythia, Massagetae, the Roxolani, those all have the availability of different types of horse archers. And I know there's a lot of factions that do have horse skirmishers or like Tarantines and that sort of shit. But today we are discussing solely horse archers. Maybe Egypt as well. So horse archers are cool. They can be effective, but they're not that easy to use. In my opinion, horse archer armies, such as this one, for example, are very micro heavy. And that depends on a few things. Like I put in a couple of spearmen here. So we have a steady front line that doesn't need a lot of micro, so I can focus most of my energy on the horse archers. So if you take a look at the stats of these horse archers, you have like a couple different types. These factions mostly have just, of course, the mercenaries. You have the Parthian horse archers, camel archers, which are basically a little bit of the same, but they do scare horses, so use that to your effect. Armored horse archers and the noble horse archers. So if we take a look at the Parthian horse archers, these are pretty decent stats, good range, good missile damage. 15 ammunition is decent. It's not that much, but it's most of the time it's good enough. But you can see these guys are absolute shite in melee. So once you're out of ammo with these guys, it's probably best not to use them as if you can avoid it. If we compare it to armored horse archer, you can see they have a little bit less missile damage, same range, same ammunition, but their melee attack went from 10 to 36, charge to 14. And again extra 30 armor and a bit of health and morale. So these guys are pretty decent missile fighters, have a little bit less damage, but overall do a pretty good job. And these guys you can actually trade away in melee as well, with not like high tier units, but like run units down, do a little bit of shock and awe. You can do it with these guys. However, the noble horse archers are another thing apart. Like they have very good stats, good health, good armor, decent melee defense, decent charge bonus, good damage. So they have a little bit less ammunition. Oh no, same amount of ammunition, but they are just very decent melee fighters as well. Very decent shock cav. So take that into consideration when you are building your army, like on what types of do you need and what kind of army do you need, what is your enemy bringing to the field. So you could choose to go full horse archer, but I tend to like go with a steady front line so I can focus more on the horse archers. So if we go towards an army like this is an interesting army. It's like random generated, but this is pretty much what the AI brings. And you can see we might have a few heavy hitters in here, like the cataphracts, the Azad Knights, and the noble spears are pretty hard to just shoot to kill because they have decent armor, decent health, good shields. So we have a pretty interesting fight on our hands here. So I'll take you guys into the fight and show you how that went. So here we are on the replay of the battlefield that I just played before I started recording this. And you can see the kind of tactic that I use mostly with archers is go very wide. and see if you can. This is what you like to see, like get them disorganized, which means basically you can pick and choose your targets. They are firing pretty quickly, so I have a couple of horse archers in reserve, so I'm trying to pull them up as well. And my steady front line and a bit of melee cav is just going to try and hold the line, while our horse archers are gonna do the majority of the work. So this is something that horse archers are very good at, is pulling armies apart and try to isolate targets and then shoot them from a distance. It works better with infantry than it works with cav, because some of the cav can catch up. But as you can see, I'm trying to pull these guys around. So we have 3 or 4 directions that we can use. Kind of got these guys. I just chose them now. So our front line is slow and steady on the move. They're getting absolutely shattered, but these guys are pretty decent, so they will hold for a time while I can do what I need to do. And what I mean by horse archer arms are pretty micro intensive, that is if you don't use the missile, like the hit and run that they have. So I don't have skirmish mode activated right now, so I need to control all of these horse archers. So if someone moves and I don't move them back, I'm gonna get caught. And you can see over here we're isolated a spearmen, and they are getting wrecked pretty fast. And over here you see my first mistake. I was microing over there, and one of my archers got caught here, and they're getting annihilated. Those are terrible melee fighters. And over here you see as well, I'm focused on this fight, trying to get my cav into a good position, and I almost get caught over here. So if you don't have your skirmish mode activated, it's going to be very tough to keep all your archers in check if you have like this big of a squadron. I usually in a mixed army tend to go with like 3 or 4, so I have just 1 archer contingency. But like there are a couple of factions that don't have that much variety, so horse archer is all you can use. So as you can see, right now over here I'm getting isolated. I'm trying to isolate this target, but you can see the noble blood cav is a pretty high tier cav unit, so it takes a lot of ammunition to deal with that. Over here I do get my noble blood cav into the mix as well. They are holding up basically hold targets while the rest of my army is shooting them. And you can see here again, this is very good, isolating 1 or 2 units and then just shoot the kill. And over here I'm trying to do that as well, just holding a bunch of them with my noble blood cav, and then just start aiming shots left, right, and center in that group. Over here again we annihilate another unit, but you can see low tier units are very good bait. As you can see here, these noble spearmen, they can take a beating. They can take a real bad beating. So of course if you shoot them in the back like that, that is going to be great. You can see this, it's going to be alongside hit and run, trying to focus my attention on units that I can focus out. So this one is now focused out as well, but I kind of missed that it was a noble spearman, so it takes each shots like it's nothing. And there you can see, like in the end of the battle, my ammunition starts taking a toll, because like if I don't have ammunition, half of my archer units are terrible melee fighters. So that is a problem. And over here you can see again, I'm microing somewhere else, and I just get caught, and my horse archers take this not that much losses, but if you get caught like that, that can be detrimental to like your horse archer units, because they are not good melee fighters. And over here again, the cataphracts caught me out as well, and I would even like 4 units. These cataphracts are not going down with missile fire. They are just beaming through me, beaming through my cav units. So you really have to be cautious on what type of army you go against with these horse archers. So I think this serves like most of its purpose. One tip I do want to give you guys is how to deter horse archer armies, because like the AI does always bring a few horse archers as well as sometimes a lot of them. And the best way to defend against the horse archer stack is use hoplites or pikes in combination with slingers. And the best one is the Eastern slingers, because they have a little bit more range than your normal slinger unit. And with your Eastern slinger unit, if you focus them out, you can easily get them done. So with a Bactrian faction, I usually take around 6 to 7 Eastern slingers and just focus fire every single horse archer unit, and you should be absolute golden. But with that being said, hopefully my rant of like nearly 10-12 minutes is going to help you guys get to know more about horse archers and how to use them. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, or if you do have any questions I would like them to have answered. I will answer them, probably all of them, because that's the most fun thing of this job, is just answering all you guys' comments. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you have learned something with this as well. If you did, please leave a like on the video, give me a comment down below for any questions that are left, and by all means do subscribe to the channel. It's really great, it's really appreciated, it really helps me out. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.